Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. I'm going to give everyone who's going to be on for the live a few minutes to hop on. This is impromptu, as most of my lives are now. This is life with a newborn baby. But I'm looking forward to connecting with whoever shows up today. Everyone who's meant to be here will be here, and everybody who's meant to view this on the replay will, of course, do that. And so I want to welcome all of you as well who are watching the replay. We have this glorious new moon in Libra happening tomorrow evening. And yeah, it's a good one. The energy is beautiful. I wanted to do this as live just because I love connecting with you guys, and we don't get to do these as often as I would like anymore. We were going live regularly during my pregnancy, and we will get back to that eventually. But for right now, we're doing it when we can, and the opportunity presented itself today. Hello, McKenna. Welcome. Yeah, whoever's here, jump in the chat. Let us know that you're here. It's so much fun when we are able to interact with each other. That's one of the advantages of the live stream. I love hearing from you guys and seeing you there in the chat. I love all the beautiful support that everyone offers each other. This is such an amazing tribe, and it's such a gift to be able to be here with you guys and connect in this way. Hello, Light Codes. Hello, Twin Dragons, Evelyn, Heather. I did just start. Yes, we're just getting warmed up. We're going to be talking about the new moon in Aries. And I'll do my best. I'm not always great at remembering to timestamp. Sometimes if you're watching my video and I say something's timestamped and you look and there's no timestamp, drop a comment and let me know. And I will, of course, timestamp that. It's probably not going to help the person viewing it that's leaving the comment, but it will help the people afterwards who are looking to jump ahead a little bit. Hello, Shine. Welcome. Yeah, this energy is really, really interesting and really powerful. One of the most interesting and exciting things about this new moon is the fact that Jupiter is actually the closest to Earth during this new moon that it has been in 70 years. And so that's big. That makes Jupiter, who is in an opposition to the sun and the moon in the sign of Aries. We have the sun and the moon conjunct in the sign of Libra for this new moon, opposing that Jupiter and Aries energy. And that Jupiter is bigger than life right now. We also have a trine to Pluto with the sun and the moon as well. So there's a lot of this really empowered energy. And it's, oh, wonderful, you're a Libra, then this is definitely going to affect you very much. And anybody else who is a Libra or really an Aries, I'm feeling, or any of those cardinal signs. And you want to check in your chart if you know how to do so and see what house this is happening in your own chart, because that'll show you a little bit more of where you're going to be feeling this energy most acutely. And I would look at not only where the sun and the moon are in your chart, but where Jupiter and Aries is right now. We have the sun and the moon. It's 2 or 3. Let me look here. 2, almost 3 degrees of Libra. And then we have Jupiter over there at 3 degrees of Aries currently, still in retrograde. We also have Mercury and Venus getting ready to perfect their conjunction. That's going to happen on the 26th. So still within those new moon energies. And they're so close right now that we can essentially call them conjunct. And they are one sign over in Virgo, but at the very, very end of Virgo. So we're feeling those energies influencing the sun and the moon as well. And we talked about that energy of that conjunction in one of the other videos. I think it was the Mercury retrograde video. And we talked about this when Mercury joins with Venus as a real opportunity to bring energy and knowledge from the head to the heart. Right? Mercury represents the head, the mind. Venus represents the heart, right? It represents love and relationship and all of those beautiful energies. So really bringing things from head to heart. And there's a big focus on relationship energy, not only because we have this happening in the sign of Libra, which does represent partnerships and rule that 7th house, but because of this action with Venus as well. But what I'm feeling here with this new moon is not so much, yes, that is a major focus, but like we talked about in the Libra season video, a lot of that energy really has to do with us understanding what we can learn and what we have learned about ourselves through partnership, through the intimate one-on-one relationships in our lives? How have they taught us our strengths, our weaknesses? How have they showed us where it is that we still have space to grow? How have they taught us about love and about the love that we hold for ourselves? And this new moon really feels like that self-love energy and that self-empowerment energy is a major focus. Hello, Pamela, welcome. And the reason for that is because of this Jupiter and Aries energy. When we have this opposing the sun and the moon, it's Jupiter is really calling us to step into our embodiment, to step into our empowerment, to take a risk, to take a chance. This Jupiter and Aries energy really wants us to understand and value the self and the journey of the self. And when we're working with this Libra energy, we talk a lot about how we're looking at boundaries. All right. So we're really looking at those healthy boundaries that we can set that allow us to be us, essentially. It's also an energy that's really calling us to emphasize our needs. And this does not mean that we are completely disregarding the needs of others, but it means to really look at our relationships and our partnerships and where it is that there is perhaps disharmony because we have placed our own needs on the back burner. And so Jupiter, of course, is the great benefic. It is a very positive, optimistic planet. So Jupiter's telling us you don't have to create disharmony by stating your needs and having your needs met. And for some of us, simply acknowledging the fact that we have needs at all, right? Because some of us, that's been a journey for me. It was almost like for a long time, I felt like having needs made me weak. I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous, but that was part of the energy for me. And it was also that energy of, if I speak my needs, my wants and my needs, am I going to upset somebody else and am I going to lose them? Right? It's that fear of abandonment, that fear of rocking the boat. But this Jupiter and Aries energy opposing the sun and the moon is really calling us to rock the boat if that boat needs to be rocked. But we're also being given sort of an understanding if the waters are a little bit too choppy, how it is that we can even out those waves a little bit, so to speak, right? So we are still looking at the art of compromise, but we're looking at it from a place of really honoring the self. And Jupiter and Aries also wants us to check in with ourselves. What are my beliefs, right? What do I believe is true? What is important to me? What am I passionate about? And am I ready? Do I have the courage to go after that? The video that we just did, I'm trying to think what the video was that I just put out. If somebody knows, help me out here. It just came out yesterday. Oh, it was the Libra season video. We were talking about this energy of courage. That came up a lot. And so that energy is still very prevalent. And we're really looking at that, having the courage to be ourselves, having the courage to ask for and go after what we want, having the courage to acknowledge and honor our own needs, and really beginning to understand how when we do that, our relationships actually tend to be a lot more harmonious. Yes, the ones that are not meant to be in our lives will fade away when we do that, but other ones will become better. They'll become fuller. They'll become more vibrant because we are fulfilled within ourselves as well. And we're not looking for other people to fulfill us. That's an energy that Spirit wants to bring through too. It wants us to really check in. Am I expecting another person to fill my cup? And how is it that I can fill my cup on myself, right? All right, I want to look at the comments here for a second. Yes, self-love and self-empowerment, radical self-love, right? Hello, Stevie. Welcome. Hello, Angel Energy. Hello, Stanley. Yes, something wonderful is happening for you. Something wonderful is happening for all of us. And that's what Jupiter wants us to remember, right? Even though we may not always feel that way, bring it back to that energy, because that is so important to know that and acknowledge that and feel that within our being. Something wonderful is happening for me. I am something wonderful. I remember in the Navy days. I love it. I want to see, is there anything else we want to mention during this full moon? We have a trine of Mars and Saturn. And so that's a really beautiful and beneficial energy as far as inspiring us to act and really reminding us that our actions have long-term consequences. And so we want to be thinking about the long game right now. And we want to be understanding that the things we put into motion are going to have a longevity to them. All right. So especially with Mercury in retrograde right now, make sure that you are saying what you mean and you're meaning what you say. And make sure that your actions, this Libra season, as we talked about in the Libra season video, is really calling us to stand behind our actions and to act in integrity. And with this Jupiter and Aries energy that we've been talking about, act in integrity in a way that fully honors the self. And like we said, Jupiter is reminding us there's a way to honor the self and others at the same time. That's the balance. That's what we're striving for. This is going to be a highly creative new moon, a lot of inspiring energy. Take note of those inspirations. With that Mercury-Venus conjunction as well, there's going to be a lot of inspired thoughts, a lot of inspired creativity. And we can really speak that into being powerfully when Mercury is involved with something. And so really choosing your words deliberately and precisely. As we continue to move forward through these constantly mounting energies, we really want to be precise with everything that we do. We want to have our intention clear, and we want to make sure that our energy and our actions are mirroring those intentions. Hello, unknown. I don't. I would love to have more tattoos. That's not necessarily in the cards right now, but hopefully in the near future. I've got plenty planned out. It's been actually a little while since it's been about a year since I got a new tattoo. I'll be honest. It hasn't been that long, I guess. It feels like a long time. Yes, Libra, Sun, Venus, and Mercury here. Oh, wow, that's a lot of beautiful Libra energy. I love it. My son is a Libra moon, so I'm really loving that energy for him as well. He's a Leo rising, Libra moon, Cancer sun. Oh, thank you, Stanley. Yes, I think that tattoos are a beautiful way to express the self, but they are permanent. So it's good. My new rule for myself with tattoos is to wait a full year after I have an idea or something that I want to make sure that I really, really want it. Cause I have a couple that I regretted getting after the fact. And it's really unfortunate when that happens because I'm not trying to go through that whole process and pay all the money to have anything removed. So just a little nugget of experiential wisdom there. We also have Neptune, and Neptune is kind of in a very loose out of sign opposition here. But it is something to make note of as well, that we have that Neptunian energy, which is just enhancing that creativity. It's enhancing that psychic vision. It's enhancing that spiritual aspect to all of this, because there is a lot of highly potent spiritual energy in the air right now. Yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. I think sometimes we get too caught up talking about every little aspect and we miss the overall energy. That's what we really want to be concerned with, is like, what is the major energy that we're working with? And I feel that we have covered those adequately. Yeah, it does happen to the best of us, Stanley. I think it's kind of like an initiation into the world of being tattooed, is when you get that tattoo that you wish you hadn't necessarily gotten. But they all remind me of a certain time in my life. I know exactly what was going on in my life at the time, mostly, that I got my tattoos. You know, like there's meaning to them, right? And for some of us, there's a lot to it. Hello, luminescent empath. Welcome. You're a Cancer sun and a Libra moon, angel energy. That's beautiful. Virgo rising. I love it. Yeah, I'm a Cancer rising with a Virgo moon and a Taurus sun, cusping on that Gemini energy. All right. Hello, reflection. So what are we going to start with today, you guys? I think I want to start with the Queen of the Moon Oracle. I don't think you can see oh yeah, I can see the time in the live stream. Perfect. So if I remember, right around 14 minutes for that timestamp, that's when the reading starts. Clear. All right. How do you know what your rising is? Go to a, clear. Go to a website. I like Cafe Astrology. That's one of my favorite astrology websites. There's tons of apps now that you can get as well. Astro Matrix is kind of fun. What else? That one's kind of fun. There's another one, another app that I like, but it doesn't give you your placements. It just gives you the energies that you're experiencing. So Astro Matrix is a good app for that, and Cafe Astrology. So a lot of people like astro.com. I'm personally not partial to it, but go with whatever suits you. You can plug in your birth information and it will generate a chart for you and tell you what all of your placements are. And then if you wanted to understand your chart more, feel free to shoot me an email and get added to the wait list. I do one-on-one chart analysis, or just going over people's natal charts or their transit charts for them over Zoom. Your moon, we don't necessarily consider the moon a cusp, just because the moon moves so quickly that whatever sign the moon's in is the sign that the moon is in. So if it's anywhere from 0 to 29 degrees of a sign, that's the sign that the moon is in. With some of the planets, like with the sun, because it is such a definitive aspect of our personality, and it does, I mean, it only takes a month, but I look into the energy as cusps when it comes to the sun. And part of the reason that I do this is because I didn't actually believe in astrology until I found out that I was a cusp. And some people will debate that because I'm within 4 days. I'm 26-degree Taurus. But I definitely, most people when I was younger thought that I was a Gemini. I had a lot of that. I also have my Venus in Gemini. So I think that's where some of that energy came from as well. But I definitely feel that the energy of the cusp more than just the straight sun sign, although I am growing more into the stricter Taurus energies of my sun sign as I continue to mature, which I think a lot of us do. If we look at our progressed charts as well, you can see somebody with a cusp. So what a progressed chart does is it adds a degree to each one of your planets. It moves them forward 1 degree in the zodiac for every year that you're alive. And so within 4 years, my progressed chart had my sun in Gemini. So with a cusp, you have to kind of take that stuff into consideration. With the sun, I feel that I don't necessarily do cusps with really any of the other planets. And certainly not with the moon, just because of, like we said, how quickly it changes signs and moves through those energies. Is there anything else I want to say about that? And I also, the other place that I do look at cusps is in the natal chart. If a planet is on the cusp of, or the angle of a house, I look at it. I look at those energies sometimes as both houses, because you can feel their influence in both houses. And oftentimes, depending on the type of chart that you use, the type of house system, that planet may move from one house to the other. So it really, it just feels a little more thorough and more accurate to me personally to look at cusps when we're looking at the houses in the chart. And then, like I said, the sun. You thought you were a Taurus, but an astrologer told you you're an Aries. Stevie, it could depend on the astrologer you went to. A Western tropical astrologer versus like a Vedic sidereal astrologer might give you a different sun sign. What is your birthday, Stevie? Heavy Leo placements. Yeah, it was really funny. The first couple charts I had done had me as a Leo rising, and then I am actually a Cancer rising, 22 degrees of Cancer. And it was super funny. I don't know where that came from. So I thought I was a Leo rising for the longest time. April 30th. Yeah, so you're a cusp, Stevie, and that's why there would have been a little bit of confusion there. You're a Taurus, but you definitely you're moving a little bit out of the cusp, but definitely still with some of that Aries energy. Yeah. Sometimes I have to stop and think, yeah. So the sun, your sun is in those first few degrees of Taurus. All right, let's get back to the cards here and see what Oh, and the other thing I wanted to say is that sometimes you can see like a different inflection of energy between like a say like an April Taurus and a May Taurus, or somebody who's on one at the earlier set of a sign versus the later sign. And part of that has to do with the decan, right? Because we have 3 decans for each sign. We have the first 10 degrees or so, the middle degrees, and the final degrees. And those all have a different energy. Plus, we're closer to another sign if we're at the very beginning or the very end. So it influences the way that energy plays out, as does everything else in our natal charts and our own life experience too. There's a lot of different things that influence astrology. And if we don't try to take those things into consideration, it can seem a little hooey sometimes. And I understand people who just read horoscopes in the newspaper and don't believe in astrology, because that's complete fluff as far as I'm concerned. Let's see. Smack dab on the line between Libra and Scorpio. What do you mean by it's on the line, Twin Dragons? Hello, Baymax. Yes, I think it's a great idea for everybody to do their birth chart. Ooh, Scorpio stellium. That's intense. That's powerful. Hello, Nora. Hello, Isha. Yeah, it should. It's hard sometimes because not all astrology charts will tell you the degrees. And that's what you really want to look at to understand better. That's why I'm not a big fan of astro.com. The charts that they produce, like I don't see, or some of the charts, maybe some of them do show the degrees, but not all of them do. If you don't know the degrees of the signs, you're really lacking something in the interpretation. But if it says that your moon's in Libra, then it's in Libra, regardless of anything else. And so you're definitely going to be feeling this energy with a moon in Libra, with this new moon in Libra. Sag rising, Leo, Sun, Capricorn, Moon, love it. Stellium is when you have 4 or more planets that are essentially conjunct. So they're each within a few degrees of each other. And what happens when you have a stellium is that energy is really magnified. And when you activate one of those planets, you activate all of those planets, and they're all working synergistically together in your chart. It's a really powerful energy to have in a chart. All right. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Mercury. Beautiful and welcome. Pretty Dime the wordsmith. I love it. Hello, Agent Pool. 5 times Sun, Moon, Mercury, North Node. All right, girl. Libra man dating a Virgo woman. Yeah, I could see that working. We're going to get into a few little tangents, I guess, before we get started with the reading here. So everybody watching this on the replay, hopefully there's something in here for you. If not, like I said, I'm going to try to get that timestamp out. That's another thing is I also don't feel that it holds much weight when people say like, oh, this sign's compatible with this sign, but it's not compatible with this sign. There is so many different aspects when you're looking at synastry. Unless you do a full synastry chart, you're never really going to know. And even then, it's just showing you probabilities, the way your energies may interact with each other, spark each other, inspire each other, challenge each other. You can always, if you know how to work with those energies, I think that regardless of what your signs and all of that are, any relationship can work if it's meant to work and you're both dedicated to that. So I don't necessarily go by all of that energy that people have about, oh, this sign can work with this but not this. I think Libra dating Virgo, that's beautiful. Virgo women are amazing. And like I said, I have a lot of Virgo energy in my chart, so perhaps I'm a little biased there. But oh, let's see. Hello, Cookies Mama. Welcome. I mean, you never know. That Libra better be authentic though, because Virgo can smell that a mile away, like a Scorpio. If someone is being inauthentic, Virgo knows. Virgo is very discerning and very good at observing and noticing and remembering. All right. Libra ascendant, but no idea what ascending and descending is. Hello, Jen Perry. Your ascendant is a sign that was rising on the eastern side of your zodiac chart at the moment that you were born. So it is an energy that indicates an energy that we are, one of the main energies that we are looking to develop in this lifetime. It is often thought of as an energy that we present to the world and a way that we view the world sort of through the lens of that energy. It can be how we project our energy upon first meeting people, how we handle things that are new. There's a lot of, it's kind of almost like a secondary sun sign, really, the rising sign. So it's a really important sign to understand. All right. Yes, exactly. If you're doing the work, if you are putting in the effort to shift and change, a Virgo is all about supporting that process. Oftentimes. I mean, this is all, like I said, you can't just blanket statement things, but generally. Depends on the Virgo. Depends on the Virgo. Someone very rash with words, you're going to be wanting to look more at what their Mercury sign is. Maybe they have a Mercury in Aries or something like that. Mercury in a fire sign. Or Aquarius. Maybe Scorpio. All right. Okay, so what guidance do we have from the Queen of the Moon Oracle, from Spirit, from our guides, our angels, for this new moon in Libra? What's going on here? Oh, I love this. So we have beginnings, which is the new moon card in this deck, with trust. So during this new moon, and I'm feeling a couple things from this. One thing that I'm feeling from this is that this new moon is giving us an opportunity to build trust where it is that trust has been lacking. And so if this has to do with a relationship, with relationships in your lives where trust has been lost, we're in those beginning stages of really kind of reconciling that energy and building that trust back. And the way that we're doing this and the way that we're being guided to do this is through honest and open communication. But this also is like for the overall energy for the collective that is watching these videos right now. This is trusting in the beginnings. There are new beginnings happening for us, and we're being asked to trust those. We're being asked to trust that Spirit has our back. We're being asked to trust above all else ourselves and our ability to navigate the changes and the challenges that we may be experiencing. Really trusting and believing in ourselves, trusting and believing in the process, trusting and believing in the new beginning. For some people, it's almost like there is something beginning, something starting right now. And our past wounding, our doubts, right, are causing us to not trust whatever this is that's beginning to take form. And so Spirit's asking us to nurture whatever is beginning in our lives with this energy of trust, knowing that we are safe. You see how this person is huddled up naked in this kind of like clear egg here, right? And we've got the mother sitting on top with the nest. It's a really interesting imagery here. So it's like, trust that you're being protected, trust that you're being guided, and trust that this beginning, and for some people, I feel like it's a humble beginning, or it's like what is starting right now, you're not sure if it's really leading you where it is that you're trying to go. So it's like a suspicious kind of energy for some. But Spirit is saying, suspend that suspicion a little bit. We have purity, snow moon on the bottom of the deck. All right. There is something beautiful and pure and almost like innocent about this new beginning. We're being asked to apply an energy of innocence. We're being asked to release all of our old misconceptions, our kind of like that jaded type of an energy. Let's see. We had Will trying to pop out there. All right, what else do we have? Ooh, self-reflection with beauty on the bottom of the deck. All right, so this is that energy of really learning to love who we see. Right? To see the beauty within ourselves. And to recognize where that beauty is reflected and radiated outward in our experience. There's also an energy here for many of us. It's like we're beginning to be able to trust the reflection of us that we see. And what this means is that in the past, for many of us, our view of ourselves was very skewed. It was skewed by negative belief systems. It was skewed by trauma. It was skewed by the negative reactions of other people, the judgments of other people, and all of that stuff that we took in, right? What I'm being reminded of right now is the energy of when we're children and we're being programmed. We're like basically little supercomputers, and we're filing away all of the data that we receive as programming, right? And so our belief systems, our truths, come from what we were taught, what we observed, and the meaning that we gave what we observed as children. And so we've been in a long period that's really gotten intense since 2020 and moving forward. And really 2021 with that Gemini Sagittarius nodal action that we had going on. We've been in this process of chipping away at those old belief systems, of chipping away at that faulty perception of ourselves. And so there's like a new beginning when it comes to the self, when it comes to being able to see and perceive the beauty of who we are. And we're being asked to trust that. We're also being asked to trust what we are shown during this new moon. Ooh, we have the unexpected coming through. Blue moon. And this can often represent also an unexpected visitor, right? And it's really interesting because I'm noticing how we have two, we actually have four, right? Because of the reflections here. But we have two people being reflected here. And we have two people here. And this is where that energy that we talked about with the Libra energy of the ways that we are shown and taught more about ourselves through relationship. For some of us, there is somebody who is coming into your reality unexpectedly to help to be a mirror for you. And this is scary because in the past, like we talked about, all of that old programming around taking on, allowing other people's perception of us to create our identity, to create our self-worth, our belief system. We're moving through and out of that energy. And so it's natural to question when somebody comes into our reality that mirrors something back to us. We're like, well, is this them or is this really me? Right? Is this just a projection of their energy, or are they really showing me something that is valid? And so we have to use our own discernment with that. But I feel like there is somebody, and for some people, this is going to be like a mentor or a teacher or something like that. Everybody's our teacher, right? Everybody's our teacher. Every experience, everything, every aspect of life is our teacher. But somebody that's really going to teach you and show you and reflect to you something. For some people, it's just a good friend. Then we have creation here. So I also feel like somebody during this new moon, you are creating something. You're like we said, we've been beginning to understand how our perception of ourselves creates our reality and our experience. And as that's shifting, our creations are shifting. But there's some sort of unexpected creation here, something that blooms into manifested form. And it's like somehow like a result of this self-reflection piece. It's like we see something really unexpected gets revealed to us about ourselves during this new moon. And whatever this is, whatever we come to understand about ourselves, trust that knowing, because it's creating a new beginning. And it's going to really dynamically shift the way that we play this creation game. Yeah, self-love coming out. It's going to send us deeper into this energy of self-love. We're going to be able to embrace this energy more. And something beautiful is going to be created in the process. And this, once again, is reminding me of that energy from head to heart, right? That energy of Venus conjunct Mercury. It's like something for some people, something that we've been working on for a really long time regarding the energy of self-love and self-acceptance. Possibly those old belief systems and that programming like we were talking about. It's like it finally goes from a mental process to integrating within the heart. And then we're able to live it. We're able to express from that place. And that's really, really beautiful. I mean, that's really the greatest thing that we can, what more could we ask for than that, right? Because that shifts and changes everything. That's the game changer right there. Hello, Tara. Welcome. New business. I love it, Twin Dragons. Hello, Evelyn. Where we express the most loving creations. Yes. Hello, DSA. Yes, exactly. Exactly. I say DSA because attempting to pronounce your username is we're not going to get, it would be funny, but we're not, we're not going to get into all of that right now. But you are absolutely correct. And we were talking about that before you hopped on, all the different variables and the ways that they express and the things that influence that. All right. So I feel like that really sums up, it's like the energy of releasing the resistance, seeing where that resistance still lies and having that opportunity to release that. Resilience, faith. These are our parting words. These are our key words for this new moon. Resilience and faith. And then I just shuffled and I saw the path, right? The faith to walk our path, the trust to walk our path, the trust, like we talked about in the beginning, to trust those new beginnings. Right? We are just, when we are in the beginning stages of something, we feel very vulnerable sometimes, right? We feel very fresh and new. But in time, we will get strong. We will become strong in that. Got action coming out. Oh, I've never seen this card before. This is beautiful. And it's by continuing to walk, right? Think about a child. When a child is learning to walk, it's progressive, right? And they get better because they keep giving up. No matter how many times they fall down, they get back up and they try it again. And a lot of times children, they don't get discouraged like adults do. They don't fall down and think, oh, I'm a failure. Well, I'm not going to try that again. I guess I'm just going to crawl for the rest of my life, right? No, they're not that bothered by it. They say, okay, and they just automatically get up and try it again. Sometimes they laugh, right? It's not that big of a deal. And that's this energy that keeps coming through for us of taking it back to that childlike energy, right? The way that a child expresses courage. Then the masculine, for some reason, I really wanted to pull whatever was on the top of this deck here. And we got the masculine. So this is, once again, when we're talking about this Jupiter and Aries energy, that energy of embracing our masculine essence and energy, right? We all have a feminine and masculine essence within us. Our masculine essence, that's that solar plexus energy. That's that willpower. That's that desire and ability to succeed. That is us going after what we want. So really cultivating that energy. Ooh, all right. I'm going to pull a Star Temple Oracle for us. And then I'm probably going to do some Moonology cards because we love doing those with the new moon. Clear. Hello, Diana Boss. Welcome. I'm so glad, Angel Energy. I'm so happy that you're here. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm so excited. Make sure that you share with us your YouTube channel when you open it up, when you get it started. Hello, Tara. I don't know if I said hello to you or not. Yeah, that's beautiful. Coming out of being stuck. This new moon may give some fresh energy and some insight around that. It's all about the little energies that we can take. Little energies have a big impact. It's like getting that ball rolling. That's what I found. I found that inspiration tends to roll out when we are actively doing the thing that inspires us. The example that I'm being drawn to use right now is I sometimes go through these phases where I write a lot of poetry. And when I was writing poetry daily, it was like the poems were just pouring out of me. I would be driving down the road and a poem would be starting to write itself in my head. You know, I'd be trying to go to bed at night and it would be coming through. It was just constantly, it was flowing. Now, because I've gotten out of that practice for a while again, it would take a while to get back into that energy. But it's just the act of doing it, the act of opening the floodgates of inspiration. That's when the energy keeps pouring out. So it's just like doing any type of little creative project, anything that you can do to get that energy rolling. And asking and setting that intention around this new moon for whatever those blocks or those fears may be that are preventing that inspiration from preventing you from expressing that. I hope I can remember it. I was speaking of laying in bed at night and having inspiration come in. I was being given inspiration for, I think it was the full moon. We have the full moon in Aries, which is going to be coming up after the new moon, right? A couple weeks after the new moon, beginning mid-October. I don't know the exact date off the top of my head right now. We're winging a lot of stuff right now, right? You guys know, everything that's going on. So we don't need to get into all of that right now, but, so it was more for that full moon in Aries, but use it whenever it feels good to you. And like Spirit really wanted us to write down all of the things that we're afraid of and burn them. Everything that you're afraid of, write it down and burn it. And then to figure out, to commit to one act of courage, one act of stepping out of your comfort zone. Actually, I think Spirit wanted 3, but at least 1 to 3. Don't limit yourselves. If you feel like you can go for more and you have the time and the energy for it, then as many as possible, And of course, when we talk about doing something that we're afraid of, it's not like the logical fear. I feel like sometimes you always have to explain this stuff because there's somebody who might misunderstand. Not like the things to be logically afraid of. Like I'm afraid of jumping off that bridge because it's really, really high and I'll probably break a bone falling into the water. All right. Not stuff like that, but stuff like putting yourself out there by starting your YouTube channel, telling somebody how you really feel, whatever, going to a yoga class for the first time in a long time, those kind of things, right? 3 things that you're afraid of, 3 things that push you out of your comfort zone. Commit to doing 3 of those things and then write down everything that you're afraid of and burn it. And so we can get a head start on this energy now, but that's going to be especially powerful around that full moon in Aries. October 9th, 16 degrees. Thank you, Nora. I love it. This is why I love you guys, right? I don't even need to do all of the research because you guys, you all know what's up. I love it. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. Once you start, Pretty Dime the wordsmith, of course. Of course you're a poet. That's why that analogy came through. Exactly. So it's just one of those things. So many creative projects or so many creative possibilities, so little time, right? Channels through autocorrect. I love that. All right. What guidance do we have from the Star Temple Oracle, from Spirit, through the medium of these cards for this full moon now I'm on that full moon tip. For this new moon in Aries. All right. Popping right out here, we have Merope, the medicine woman, heal. I nurture and nourish my mind, body, and soul. So Spirit's saying there's a lot of healing available during this new moon with these energies, like we said, especially when it comes to, like we said, that energy of going from the head to the heart. All right, but anywhere where you're requiring healing, and it was the other day, Archangel Raphael came through for people, offering to assist in healing, in our healing process. All right. How can I better nourish and nurture my mind, body, and soul? How can I find that harmony, that balance, right? This Libra energy that's another energy of this new moon asking us to come into balance in all aspects of our being. How can I nurture all aspects of my being? What is desiring healing at this time? And can I have the patience, the love, and the dedication to give myself time to heal? I feel like there's been some of us who've been in this process of just kind of like trying to usurp an aspect of the healing process, right? Just due to an energy of impatience. And so this Merope is saying, and this is Pleiadian deck, by the way. So this is Pleiadian energy here. Allow yourself that time to heal. Give yourself the gift of healing. Because it is a gift. The experience was a gift. The healing is a gift. The process, the experience of the process of healing is a gift. Because it gives you, when we are in an energy of feeling that we need to heal, and I say feeling that we need to heal because really disease and illness and lack is an illusion, right? But it's an illusion that we operate with illusions in the third dimension. That's how we learn, right? And so it is a gift. Oh, now I lost my train of thought for I knew that was going to happen. The experience was a gift because it allowed us to grow. It made us stronger. It made us wiser. The healing is a gift as well, because that process of healing makes us stronger and wiser too. It gives us that opportunity to learn how to become more loving to ourselves, to learn how to become more giving to ourselves, become more patient with ourselves. So take the opportunity for that. But there's powerful healing that is coming in for people. It's like healing where we need it most right now. All right. I don't know how to block that, so just ignore that, everybody. The spam coming through there. Oh no, did we attract that energy? I just read one of the comments earlier. That's funny. I wonder if you use certain words in the chat, if it signifies a bot to come in. That's really fascinating. But like I said, we're just going to continue. We're just going to continue here. There may be sexual healing on the menu for some people as well, if that's an area where you are desiring or requiring healing. So we have Maya coming through. The first card in the deck, the ancient grandmother, teacher. I am the teacher that leads with self-knowledge. And I love this. This is really funny too, because I have friends who are going on a really powerful plant medicine journey, a quest really, during this new moon. So it's really interesting that we have the healing with the grandmother. One of the plant medicines that they will be utilizing is known as or referred to as the grandmother. So I think that's really fascinating. But this is like the innate wisdom within each of us, right? Notice the owl holding the scarab. This card is intense. There's a lot of powerful wisdom available to us. This is like, and this is what they're saying right now is, as we heal, when we allow ourselves this process of healing, the other thing that we unlock within ourselves is our own innate abilities as healers. Each and every single one of us is a healer. And the funny thing about healers, especially those of us who are called to assist in the healing of others as well, directly, right? Because indirectly, when one of us heals, all of us heal because we're all connected, right? But to directly help to impact the healing process of another. One of the things we don't realize we're signing on for when we decide that we want to do that, our souls do, right? It's all part of the plan, is healers have to learn the art of healing through healing the self. All right. So when we decide that our path in life is to become a healer, we attract the experiences that will then push us into this healing crisis, this energy of needing to heal. Right? We attract more challenges and hardships, in a manner of speaking, so that we can activate more powerfully this healer within us, and so that we can have connection and empathy for the people that we help to heal, right? The most powerful examples of healing are those people who are examples of healing, right? Because they've experienced it, they've done it themselves. And I know and understand this from experience, being a recovering addict and working with recovering addicts in that field for a little bit of time, right? They are much more, I guess you would say, right, are much more willing to listen to the experience and wisdom of somebody else if they've also experienced it. Right? We don't want somebody who's read about something in a book. We want somebody who has gut level experience with that thing, who's overcome the same challenges that they are assisting us in overcoming. All right. And so there is like the healer within us is being activated on a very primordial level, is what I want to say. And we're reclaiming this scarab beetle. What it's making me think of is reclaiming our lineage, our healing lineage, stepping into our healing lineage, receiving support from our healing lineage, and our past lives and other dimensional lives as healers. Because if you identify as a healer, you're not just a healer in this lifetime. You've been a healer in many lifetimes, and you often come from a long lineage of healers. And there's a lot of energy. There's a lot of karma, right? Libra season, there is this karmic aspect or quality to it. There's a lot of old karmic energies, old belief systems, old generational curses for some, traumas, a lot of stuff that we carry with us when we come from this powerful lineage that we are healing as well. Oh, I love that luminescent empath. In addition to the other things, the energy, all the different types of energy therapy and things that I do, and the astrology and tarot, I was a massage therapist as well before my pregnancy. My hands are very slowly healing, but it was really rough on my hands, and I don't know that I will ever do massage therapy again. Possibly for like select people, but not the way that I was doing it before. Absolutely. But there is a beautiful healing quality to massage therapy as well, especially with those of us who carry that and channel that healing energy. We make great massage therapists. Do you live close? Are you in New England? Because I could use a good massage therapist right now. Yes, I've done one, Stevie. I went to a place in Costa Rica, and I actually did 4 nights of ayahuasca ceremonies in Costa Rica. That was 3 years ago now, 3 or 4 years ago, something like that. I'm not very good with time, right? It's an illusion anyway, right? All right, let's see here. Let's see. I'm not going to compliment too much on all the sexy talk, but I will say that since we've been talking so much about Virgo energy, one thing that they do actually say about Virgos is that they are one of the freakiest and most, I guess we'll say, interesting and passionate lovers in the zodiac, which you would not necessarily, I think it comes from the energy of being wound up so tight. When you're wound up so tight, you really, you need a release for all of that energy. So I think that could be part of why that tends to be. All right. But like we said, a lot of this stuff is stereotypes, and there's way more to it than just the simplified, this person is this and this person is that. We're all a blend of all of these energies. Let's see. All right. Yeah, so I think we've covered that. Really, really tapping into that lineage, our healing lineage as well. It's like we're leveling up here. We're receiving, I'm kind of thinking of it like, you know how like Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, they have like the badges that you get for different activities, different things that you do. I almost feel like that's this energy, is like we're getting another badge on and around this new moon. We're stepping into, it's like a wisdom initiation. And it comes from our own experience, our own healing journey. And some people here may actually be studying to be medicine men or medicine women. In whatever way, shape, or form that resonates. And if you are currently studying to be a medicine woman or a medicine man, shamanic studies, anything like that, any type of healing art, really. But especially it has this energy of this medicine woman, this medicine man. You are on your path. That is your path. Do not doubt it. Like we said at the beginning of this reading, trust in your path. And we have the Temple, Taijeta, with the Amber Star, let go. I no longer search outside of myself for home. I surrender and allow myself to grieve. This feels like a kind of specific message for somebody who's going to be watching this. If you recently lost your home, you were displaced from your home for some reason, you had to leave your home, and you've been feeling rudderless. You've been feeling lost. As a result of this, there's a level of grief for what you've lost that is healthy here. But then you're being asked to move forward from that. You're being asked to grieve that loss, but then to know, and Spirit is reminding you, like, part of what this experience can teach you and show you is that home isn't out there, home isn't here. When we have the outer home taken away, it causes us to really seek and become centered in the eternal home. You take your home with you everywhere you go. You are your home, right? I mean, really, we are all aspects of source energy. Everything is source energy, so everything is your home. But you have that home within you. You carry it with you wherever you go. So it's like coming home to yourself. Allow yourself to grieve what you've lost, right? And I don't mean this insensitively. I just mean they're really, loss is, nothing is ever truly lost, right? But on a physical sense, it's gone, right? You no longer have it. in this physical reality. Allow yourself to grieve that, but don't get stuck in it, because you were meant to move forward here. I want to pull one card or one or two cards from the Rider-Waite clear for whoever this is going to resonate with about this home situation. Interesting. We have the Seven of Swords, inverted, with the Eight of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. So feeling very stuck. It was okay. So with the energy here, it's kind of like there's an acknowledgement coming that at the same time, even though this is a grievous loss in some ways, you felt stuck where you were. Or even if you didn't see that you were stuck. It was keeping you stuck. There was something about that location, and this feels very specific to a location for at least this person that I'm reading it for. Read into any extra meaning that it might have for you. This is going to resonate differently for other people are going to resonate with this for other reasons, or it's going to give you there are going to be different benefits to the message. But for this specifically here, it was keeping you stuck whether you realized it or not. It was holding you back. And now there's something better that is coming out of this loss. It may come slow. It's not going to be like an instantaneous thing, right? It's going to take some time. We got the Hanged Man, right? There's going to be a pause. It's going to take some time. But it's like there's a new perspective that you have to reach. And that's kind of like this energy, this coming home within yourself, finding the home within you. And when you're able to do that, when you're really able to sink into that feeling, there is something else on the horizon for you, something better. An end to the strife, an end to the struggle, right? Healing, emotional balance. We also have the Queen of Pentacles inverted here, which is interesting, with the King of Cups. It's just like it's the emotional over the physical. It's feeling full within here. And the physical, something in the physical had to be removed so that you could feel fuller within yourself, within your heart. So that you could stop. It was like a battle that you needed to stop fighting. Because you were never going to, it was like, the way that you were going about things, you were never going to win. There was no winner. That's what the energy is. Nobody wins. Whatever the situation was, there's a situation here where there's no, everybody loses. It's a lose-lose situation. So you're moving out of that energy. You're being pushed out of that energy into something new and emotionally fulfilling and emotionally exciting. I just heard titillating. Then we got the Star on the bottom of the deck. So this is healing. This is trust. This is vulnerability. This is wish fulfillment. So your perceived loss is leading to your greatest wish fulfillment. Oh, do I have this whole thing upside down here? I do. That happens sometimes. We're going to worry about that later. All right. So there's just a little random closing message for somebody there. Yeah, exactly. You were stuck and you had to leave. And so that is, of course, that's preferable, right? When we recognize that we're stuck and we're able to unstick ourselves, that's where we see a lot of profound growth. When we're able to recognize that. That's huge when we're able to do that. And we have the courage to do that. And that changes everything. Yeah. Yeah, Tara, absolutely. So there's going to be, I think, a profound shift in your healing process around this new moon, your ability to let go of that grief. And part of letting go of that grief may be to fully grieve it. So you may grieve it more powerfully. And I'm feeling this not just for the new moon, with the retrograde in general, but afterwards, you're going to be able to let that go and move on it on a deeper level. All right. Yeah, nobody on here judge a Virgo or any sign by what people are saying in the chat. All right. Like we said, I'll reiterate this again. Every person is different. We have our entire astrology chart, all of the influences of all of the planets that combine. We all contain all aspects of all signs within us. We also, the way that we operate within our own personal astrological energies is influenced by our upbringing. It's influenced by the situations that we encounter in our lives, right? Nature, nurture, all of these different things. And so these are all, anybody talking, I love you guys, right? But I do want to throw this out there as a disclaimer that anybody talking about their experience with a specific person of a specific sign, that was their experience with that person. It doesn't necessarily dictate what that experience is going to be like with everybody of that sign and nature. So just all keep that in mind. It's fun to talk about, but we want to make sure that we keep that in mind. All right. Yeah. Hi, Jamie, by the way. I don't think I said hello to you. So happy that you're here. I love you so much. Flow, not control, exactly. Let's see. Outer intention. I love it. Yep. Exactly, Evelyn. I love that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And that's when we find that home. When you're at home within yourself, you can never be homeless, right? Clear. Somebody want to ask this Chat 69 site if they have Virgos on their dating site. Do you have a Virgo dating site? Because I feel like some people are intrigued about the possibilities of dating a Virgo after listening to this conversation, either for better or worse. We got judgment popping out. Oh, what other astrological signs? Do you sort people by astrological sign? We got they got some Aries apparently on that site. We got the Emperor popping out, and the star would be Aquarius, right? Grand Rising Moonchild, lovely to see you here. I love you guys so much. Aries, yes, Cookies Mama, love it. Love my Aries. I love all signs. I'm one of those people that I see magic in absolutely everybody. I see magic in all of the placements and all the different ways that they can come together and coalesce to form each of our very individual and unique personalities, right? All right, you guys, I am going to have to wrap this up for today. Why is the star Aquarius? Well, the star, let me see if I can pull it back out here. Aquarius is known as the water bearer, right? And you see how in this card, we have the person pouring out the water. And so I think that's an aspect of why the star is related to Aquarian energy. The bearer of clarity, the bearer of truth. I mean, I've always thought that it's interesting, right? Because we could go deeper into this. I actually don't know all of the reasons why they call Aquarius the water bearer, but I've always thought it was funny because water to me represents emotion, and I don't feel that Aquarius isn't necessarily known for being emotional, right? It's more about the mind energy. So I don't know. I've always found that one fascinating, but it is like that healing, that healing energy. Oh, I love Aquariuses. Aquarius is one of my favorite energies, actually. I don't have any Aquarius in my well, I mean, we all have all signs in our natal charts, right? But I don't have any planets in Aquarius. However, part of me feels as though I have so much natural Aquarian energy that my soul decided it didn't need any more in this lifetime. Clear. Aquarius rules my 8th house. But that's as far as it goes there. That's where my Aquarian energy falls in this current incarnation. I incarnated with a lot of earth energy in this lifetime, and I think it's because my soul really needed that grounding. I'm like super, super earthy. All right, let's see here. Let's see. All right. Thank you guys. I'm so glad that I got to connect with all of you. I love and appreciate you all, Pamela. I love you so much. I love all of you so much. Do I think it's the age of Aquarius? I've actually done a couple videos on this. And so we are, from my vantage point, in the process of closing out the age of Pisces and stepping into the age of Aquarius. And the ages blend together. There's not a definitive, this is when this one ends and this one begins. So we are moving into the age of Aquarius. We are completing the age of Pisces. And these two things are happening simultaneously. So there's a lot of powerful energies that we're experiencing as we close out one chapter and move into the next chapter. I want to say, if you look up in one of my playlists, just kind of go with your intuition, which one sounds like it would be the one where the video would be. I have some videos, I think, on the age of Aquarius and this transition, the closing of the age of Pisces. And also on my original channel that I started with my friend Kayla, it's called Intuitive Insights. I think it's linked in the description box below. I did a video on the age of Aquarius there as well, if you want to look into that. But I think we're definitely moving into that energy. It's a progression. It's a progression. And I intuitively feel that the age of Pisces is going to officially more or less close out upon Pluto's final transit of Pisces. There's a link for me that I picked up on with Pluto and the number of times that Pluto moves through and transits a sign and the ways that he transforms that energy every time he goes to that final transformation that moves us out of the age of Pisces. I'm feeling linked with when Pluto enters Pisces, and that's not going to be for quite some time still. Pluto will be entering Aquarius next year. So that's going to be exciting and fully anchored into Aquarius by 2024. Where can you learn more about the degrees in astrology? Nora, I have a couple, just Google it. I had to Google a bunch of different terminologies before I found what I was looking for. It's kind of hit or miss. I have not found a good book that really talks about them. Whenever I buy a book on the degrees in astrology, it talks about the Sabian symbols. It doesn't actually talk about what the degrees mean. And so maybe that means at some point I need to write one, but I need to get more. I'm still learning the degrees myself. But I can email me and I can send you a couple links that I found to different articles and stuff that I like to reference. But essentially, one of the most basic things to understand about the degrees is that they start with Aries and then move through each sign of the zodiac. And so, for instance, 1 degree, or would it be 0? Oh, shit. It would make sense that it started with 0, huh? I feel like it starts with 1, though. Now I'm questioning it. I'll send you some links, but it starts and it goes through. Yeah, it's 1 to 12. So 1 is an Arian degree. You get to 12, that's a Piscean degree. And then 13 starts all over again with Aries. And so each degree has that quality, but then certain degrees have certain energies to them as well. All right. The age of Pisces started with Jesus's birth. Is that true, Stevie? Some people believe yes. And some people actually believe that during the North Star that they talk about when they talk about Jesus's birth was actually the conjunction of Jupiter and what was that? I'm so sorry, you guys. There's so much information rattling around in my sleep deprived brain right now. But that major conjunction that we had in Aquarius, it was Jupiter. Was it Jupiter and Saturn that we had in the sign of Aquarius back in, was it 2020, I believe, in December? Whatever those two planets were, I'm fairly certain it was Jupiter and Saturn. That conjunction, which the last time, or one of the last times that happened was during the birth of Jesus, or so they say. And that was the brightness of those planets together is what some people recognized as what they theorized was the North Star. Other people think it was an extraterrestrial ship. I think either one is very possible, or it could have been both, right? Let's see. Hello, Pippi. I love you. Yeah, we are actually just closing up right now, but I mean, nobody's ever late, right? We're always right on time. You got here in time to say hello, which is perfect. Nice. There's a good book recommendation. Charts with the degrees. We're looking at the specific meaning of each degree. Yeah, we can talk about that sometime, Tara. Yeah. The yods are one of those more powerful aspects, like similar to like a T-square or a grand cross. A lot of powerful energy to understand about our destiny there. Saturn does represent karma to many people. Yes, absolutely. Time, space, the physical. All right, you guys, I love you so much, Mitchell, Stevie, Stanley, Agent Poole, DSA, all of you, every single one of you. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I have some more things that I have to get done today. So I'm going to regretfully have to let you go, but you guys are beautiful. I'm so glad we were able to do this together. I will say goodbye and send love to everybody on the replay as well. And I will catch you all very soon. Have a beautiful new moon, you guys. Thank you, Moonchild. Thank you, Pippi, Cookie's Mama, McKenna, Tara, Pippi, Lumen, all of you guys. I want to go through and name each and every single person. Just because Isha, Angel, I just love you guys so much. Each and every single person, everybody watching this right now, and everybody who will watch this in every time, space, reality, every version of the now. You are beautiful. You are so blessed. You are so amazing. And I will talk to you all very soon. These chats always give you homework. I love it. Oh, thank you, Agent Poole. Welcome to the tribe. Yes, I hope to see you again soon. So glad to hear that you are joining us. Oh yeah, and I do want to recommend before I go to anyone, if you feel like you miss the notifications for the live streams and stuff like that, try clicking your notification, but unclicking your notification bell and re-clicking it again, because sometimes YouTube will turn off notifications for no reason for people. So give that a try and see if that works, if you find that you have been missing the notifications. All right. Much love to each and every single one of you. Bye.